After defeating the Tennessee Titans 36-22, the Jacksonville Jaguars are 5-8, which is not a great record, but they are second in their division, so they most certainly can still make the playoffs if they can win out and the Titans lose a couple of games. Because if they can beat the Titans again, they will have sweep the Titans and will undoubtedly have a tiebreaker over them. And if their record is better than the Titans or the same, that would put them ahead. Take a quick look at the Jags roster. You obviously got Trevor Lawrence, the #1 overall pick a year ago. And their running back, Travis Etienne, is pretty solid. Wide receiver, they have Zay Jones, Marvin Jones, and Christian Kirk. Not the greatest trio, but it's not the worst either. It's kind of just a middle of the pack. Tight end, they have Evan Ingram, who is pretty fast in Madden, but he's definitely not the best real-life tight end. And their O-line is okay, could use some work. Their defense could also use some work. They actually have Trayvon Walker, who was the first overall pick this year, so they have the first they had the first overall pick 2 years in a row. They have Trevor Lawrence and Trayvon Walker. We'll have to see if both of those players can come into their own in this league. But yeah, that's pretty much the Jags roster. Solid quarterback. Trevor Lawrence does have his ups and downs, but I would say overall he's a pretty good quarterback, and I think he will get better with time. They do need to start building more around him, which is what they are doing. I mean, their wide receivers aren't great, but they're not awful either. Travis Etienne is a very good running back. Plus, he also has some chemistry with Trevor Lawrence because they both went to Clemson together. So yeah. Anyway, our game that we will be playing is going to be against the Cincinnati Bengals, who are a very good team. They're currently 8-4 or 9-4. I'm not sure. They're either 8-4 or 9-4, and they're on a pretty hot winning streak right now. As right now they have a 3rd and 2 situation, and on 3rd and 2, they will pass it and it will fall incomplete. Missed throw by Joe Burrow there, make it 4th and 2. And on 4th and 2, Joe Burrow's going to throw to Wilcox in the middle of the field, getting the first down and then some. Yeah, sorry for the long pause on 3rd and 2. I don't know why the video was that long. That play was that long. 1st and 10 at the 48 for Trevor Lawrence, or for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Pass will fall incomplete to make it 2nd and 10. Oh man, I called Joe Burrow Trevor Lawrence. I do that way too often. I always confuse players with random players. As 1st and 10, he's going to find Joe Mixon, who absolutely mosses the defender there and getting a touchdown. Or it wasn't really a moss, he just kind of put it in only a spot where Joe Mixon could get it. And speaking of Joe Mixon, he's going to get the 2-point conversion as well, as no one was really on him on the Jags. So, and the Bengals are going to onside kick it to the Jags. Okay, that's not really a smart decision because it gives the Jags phenomenal field position. So now the Jags will have the ball at the Bengals 43, and they will start off by doing a jet sweep to Zay Jones for a gain of 2 to make it 2nd and 8 at the 41. And on 2nd and 8, Trevor Lawrence is going to do a play-action pass to Evan Ingram, who makes the sideline catch for the first down. And that will put him at the 19-yard line, and they will hand it off to Travis Etienne for a gain of 1 to make it 2nd and 9. And on 2nd and 9, they will do another play action as Trevor Lawrence can't find anyone. Just going to throw this one away to avoid the sack to make it 3rd and 9. And on 3rd and 9, Trevor Lawrence is going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw a low pass to Marvin Jones Jr., and he gets the connection to him. That's why you draft him, right? That's why you draft him first overall, so he can make throws like that. As 1st and goal, he makes an easy throw to Zay Jones in the end zone for the Jags' first touchdown of the game. And they will attempt the PAT, kick up and good. Yeah, I figured I might as well just kick the PAT. I know he went for 2 and got it, but I mean, I don't think going for 2 every time is going to be a helpful strategy for us, so that's why I opted to just kick the PAT there. I know we're still down by 1, but we'll see if this pays off in the end. It's 1st and 10. Joe Burrow gets sacked by Trayvon Walker. So we have a first overall pick on both sides of the ball, and they both made plays in this game so far. But on 2nd and 23, Wilcox, the tight end, is going to get a huge play here. Defense pretty much has a meltdown on that play. As he was wide open, he completely burnt his man and was able to get a ton of yardage to make it 1st and 10. After that, the 2-yard gain by Joe Mixon makes it 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8, Joe Burrow is going to run and get a gain of 4 before being shoved out of bounds by a Jaguar. And on 3rd and 5, Joe Burrow's going to find a wide open Joe Mixon, who is able to fight his way in for a touchdown. Hell of an effort by him, and it pays off for him as he gets in, and that will put the Bengals up by 7. They're going to go for 2, and they will not get it, as Joe Burrow got hit as he threw it, and it just fell to the ground. So it will be a 7-point game. They could have just made it an 8-point game by kicking the PAT, but they opted to just go for 2, and it didn't pay off. So yeah, that's good defense by the Jags there. As 1st and 10 on the 30, Trevor Lawrence is going to throw, and it's caught, but his foot was out of bounds. Evan Ingram could not get both feet in bounds. As on 2nd and 10, Trevor Lawrence is going to find, or actually he's going to not find Zay Jones. Pass falls incomplete, bit of an underthrow there. It will be 3rd and 10. And on 3rd and 10, Trevor Lawrence will find a wide open Evan Ingram using that 88 speed to get a big gain of about 25 to get the first down and then some. 1st and 10, Trevor Lawrence is going to throw it deep to Christian Kirk, but instead he's going to find the safety, Von Bell. That was a horrible read by Trevor Lawrence. There were 2 people on Christian Kirk, so yeah, I don't know what I was thinking when I threw that. As 1st and 10, Joe Burrow is going to find Jamar Chase for the first down. That was a good catch by Jamar Chase. As 1st and 10, they're going to do a bubble screen to Tyler Boyd, and Tyler Boyd's going to get a huge gain here, missed tackle, and that results in a disaster for the Jags defense, as they're just getting eaten alive right now by the Bengals and Joe Burrow, and they just don't have any answers for their wide receivers. Joe Mixon's been having a really good game. They gotta figure their shit out in the second half if they're gonna win this game, because if they don't do that, this is gonna get even uglier than it already is. As 1st and goal, they're gonna hand off to Joe Mixon, another missed tackle, and he's gonna get in for an easy touchdown. So, man, oh man, I don't even know where to begin with this defense. Like, this defense is just playing awful. They haven't gotten a single stop. They've scored a touchdown every single drive that they've had. And that turnover, we only had 1, but like, if you can't stop them, that turnover is going to be very detrimental in this game. Like, even more than a turnover already is, just because if you can't get stops, you're not going to win very many games, and you're also not going to win very many games if you also have a turnover on top of that. So yeah, this is definitely not going to be sustainable if we're going to win this game. A 2nd and 19, we find Evan Ingram for a gain of 13 on the reception to make it 3rd and 6. And on 3rd and 6, Trevor Lawrence has time, and he throws, and it's picked off by Jermaine Pratt. So not only did we throw a pick, our second of the half, now the Bengals, who we've had trouble stopping this whole half, have an excellent field position. And we'll see if they can take advantage, as it's looking good as Joe Mixon's going to get a first down, and the Bengals use their first timeout. As 1st and 10, Joe Burrow's going to roll out, and he's going to throw to a wide open Jamar Chase. And they're just pouring it on. They get their 4th consecutive touchdown, and the PAT is no good, so it will be a 20-point game. So the Jags, my, oh my. We wanted to make a statement before halftime, maybe, get a, goal line stand or something, but nope. They just got an easy touchdown. As we'll see if we can get a Hail Mary or something. As 1st and 10, we're going to do the Hail Mary play, but Trevor Lawrence throwing this one away, but it will be intentional grounding, so I'll back him up 10 yards. Man, oh man, what is happening with the Jags right now? As 2nd and 20, see what they do here, as this will most likely be the final play of the half. Is 2nd and 20, he's going to go deep to Travis Etienne Jr., and he's got him. He's wide open. He was on a linebacker, and he's going to get all the way for a touchdown. So, wow, we needed that in the worst possible way, and we got it. The Bengals, for some reason, were playing one-on-one, and you definitely do not want to do that when you're playing against a touchdown. And big mistake by the Bengals there. It was really more them messing up than us doing anything, but we will take the touchdown. We'll see if we can drag that momentum into the second half, as we get phenomenal field position again, as they do another onside kick. I don't know why he keeps doing that, because it's not really doing him any good. As 1st and 10, we're going to do a low pass, and that will be caught by our tight end. And that will put us at the 20, so we're already in the red zone. So this Jags offense is moving right now. It's 1st and 10. We find Christian Kirk, who's wide open. Eli Apple can't really cover anyone. As we get down to the 2, and we're going to hand it off to Ertz, and he will get a touchdown. So now it's a one-score game just like that. So that play before halftime, that one play made a crazy difference in this game, because now the Jags have momentum. But we still have to see if our glaring issue, our defense, can get a stop. Because if they cannot get a stop, you're not going to win. Because, it's like impossible to win if you give up a touchdown every single play, because you would also have to get a touchdown every single play. And that's not exactly something that we've been able to sustain in this game. As on 2nd and 10, Tyler Boyd gets the first down on the slant route. So already Joe Burrow's just dicing up this defense right now. He's going to top it off with a pass to Jamar Chase, who is left one-on-one for a touchdown. So that is 5 consecutive touchdowns for the Bengals. Not one stop to speak for. That is straight up embarrassing for this defense. And it's a shame, too, because the offense hasn't been horrible. I mean, yeah, they've had a couple of turnovers, but, other than that, they've literally scored all but 2 of the times, and those 2 times were turnovers. So, when we score, when we don't turn the ball over, we usually score, and, we just, yeah, we're trying our best on offense, but our defense has just really been letting us down, as Christian Kirk can't make that catch. Not Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram. The number threw me off. As it will be 2nd and 10 after the drop pass, and Trevor Etienne Jr. is going to lose a yard there. Make it 3rd and 11. And on 3rd and 11, Trevor Lawrence is going to have time and find a wide open Christian Kirk, who he's actually been having a pretty good game. He's been a pretty good safety blanket for Trevor Lawrence on 3rd down. And on 1st and 10, we're going to hand off to Travis Etienne Jr., and he will get the first down. So, yeah, we're getting our share of offense against this Bengals defense, as Travis Etienne again is going to get the first down on a reception this time and get out of bounds to make it 1st and goal at the 8. First and goal. Trevor Lawrence going to throw a sketchy pass to Zay Jones. There were 2 Bengals in the area, but fortunately for the Bengals, that will fall incomplete. As now it will be second and goal. And on second and goal, Trevor Lawrence is going to roll out to the left and take off, and he will get in for a rushing touchdown. So, once again, it is a one-score game, but if there's one thing that we cannot do in this game, it is give up a touchdown or a field goal. And what has our defense done all game? Give up a touchdown. So we most certainly are going to really have to step up on defense if we're going to have any sort of chance in this game, because any score pretty much puts this out of reach. As 1st and 10, good play by the Jags there. Shaquille Griffin able to get the sack on Joe Burrow to make it 2nd and 18. On 2nd and 18, he's going to go deep to Wilcox, but that will fall incomplete. Nearly picked off by the Jags, as it will make it 3rd and 18. And this will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And Joe Burrow is going to take off. And he's going to have plenty of room. And he's going to celebrate too, as now they will have a fresh set of downs entering the 4th quarter. We thought we were going to get the ball back, but we gave up a huge run to Joe Burrow. We didn't put a spy out or anything, and Joe Burrow made us pay the price heavily. As 1st and 10, another sketchy pass. It's like the Jags, another thing that they've been struggling to do on defense is when Joe Burrow does throw those passes that he occasionally does, they just can't get any of the picks. Like, we cannot take advantage of our opportunities that Joe Burrow is giving us. And when we can't do that, the Bengals have a really good offense, and they're going to make you pay as they get another first down. 3rd and 10, by the way. Tyler Boyd was wide open on that play. So, really just, I don't know if it's a lack of urgency or just a lack of talent or what it is, but this defense is getting completely diced up. Like, I know the Bengals have a really good roster on offense, but like, still, like, that play, come on, he was literally wide open. Like, what are we doing? As now it's 1st and goal at the 2, as Joe Mixon finally doesn't get a good run or a pass, as we are able to blow that play up to make it 2nd and goal, as T. Higgins fumbles the ball. They do a jet sweep with T. Higgins, and the Jags are able to get a stop. So not only, that was literally our first stop of the game, and it came at the perfect time, because now the Jags have an opportunity to go down the field and score touchdowns. Travis Etienne might have had a touchdown if he didn't get tripped up on the play, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So, yeah, our defense that has been pretty much letting us down all game finally does something to give us a chance. So we'll have to see if the Jags offense that has been playing surprisingly well in this game is able to take advantage. Is not on that play, as Trey Hendrickson able to sack Trevor Lawrence for a 5-yard loss to make it 3rd and 10. And on 3rd and 10, Trevor Lawrence is going to have time, but he's holding on to the ball for too long, and Trey Hendrickson's going to user sack him again for the 2nd straight time, as that will make it 4th and 19. A lot of clock is being burnt right now. This is not good. As 4th and 19, they have to have this, and it's caught by Evan Ingram. There was a safety right there, but Trevor Lawrence was somehow able to fit that in to give the Jags a sliver of hope in this game. But they definitely didn't do themselves any favors chewing all that clock, because he's going to go deep to Christian Kirk, but Eli Apple will call the game, it appears, as he gets the pick, and this will probably be the final play of the game, and Eli Apple could go down at any moment, but he's going to keep running around for some reason. He could literally go down right now and they'd win the game, and that he will. He takes an unnecessary safety to give the Jags 2 pity points, I guess, but he literally could have gone down like 15 seconds ago, but he decided to just keep running around the field for who knows what reason. But regardless, the Bengals will escape out of this game 35-30. I mean, I'm going to be honest, we probably didn't even deserve to have a chance to win this game, because our defense really only got that one stop. And that one stop, you could argue, is kind of BS, because, I mean, it was a fumble. I mean, fumbles are just like kind of you get kind of lucky. When it comes to Madden and someone fumbles, it's kind of lucky. As receiving, both the running backs, Travis Etienne and Joe Mixon, both had over 100 receiving yards in their running backs. So both running backs had over 100 receiving yards. Jamar Chase had over 100. Tyler Boyd also had over 100. Like, look at this. We literally gave up 3 100-yard games. We gave up 1 to a running back and 2 to the wide receivers. Like, I would understand the wide receivers because they're good, but, like, come on. We cannot give up over 100 receiving yards to a running back. Like, that is legit the lowest point for a defense. Rushing the ball, no one really did anything. The only notable rush was T. Higgins fumbling that ball. And that was the only way we had a chance to win that game, because if he doesn't fumble there, even if we get them to 4th down, they can just kick the field goal and win the game that way by going up by 2 scores. But anyway, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching if you were able to make it to the end of the video here. Make sure if you like the video, you subscribe, you like the video. Anyway, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.